You're watching Pyro Media Network.
Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
Hello, and welcome back to It's Just Kim Live, all the way live, right? And I know you're looking and you're saying, wait a minute, that's not usually where you are when you do your show. And no, it's not. I'm actually at work. I'm in my office because today is a very special show. And I know I say that all the time, but for real, this time, for real, it is. Today, I have an awesome opportunity to interview. And before the show started, I was talking with him and I told him, how often do you get to interview your boss's boss, right? But today I am so excited that I am here with my CEO. I'm so proud and I am so grateful. Martinez Sellers. Yes. Isn't he handsome? But he is just as beautiful as he is on the outside. He's just that beautiful on the inside. When I tell you this is a true man of God, a true person for the people. He is an advocate for children, for people, for young folks, for folks who are struggling with their mental health, just all the different things that Marty does. But I guess I'm most proud to say that I'm a part of what he's doing here at Marcel Wellness, where we work. And we do a lot of different things here, but I want to bring him on because I want him to tell this story, this awesome story about becoming a CEO, and today our show is about the building of a dream, a chief executive officer's journey. And I'm sure he can share with us that it has been a journey, and not so much about specifically what we do, but to talk about the journey to your dream, the journey to your passion, the journey to, doing something that you probably thought would never happen and the way it happened. So I want to go back to the green room and get Marty. You guys hold on. He'll be right here. Hello, hello, Marty.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm great. I'm absolutely wonderful. Okay.
Okay. You know
I
what?
am.
Just like you are just Kim, I am just Marty.
Okay.
Really, just
You
Marty.
know, from the time I met you, I got that feeling from you, but I
Yes,
know that you are so much more than just Marty. I do. People say that to me, but I know that you are. Just from the time that I met you, that was like 2 Octobers ago. No, 3 Octobers ago. It's
yes.
been a minute, right?
Oh my goodness. Yes, it
And
has.
we just talked the first time we spoke, we just hit it off, and that was before I joined your team, before I
Right.
joined this amazing team. And so I was like, wow, I would love to be a part of what he's doing. And so here I am,
Well,
you know,
we are so
almost
glad to
3 years
have you.
later.
I know there's something special. You walked in with your anointing, and you walked in. In fact, we weren't even interviewing for a job. I don't believe it was. It was just
We
kind of a
weren't,
meet and greet
no.
and all of that. And you stepped up. I'm like, we got to find some place in this organization for you. And
Oh,
you speak to a lot of times those of us who are in our 50s and 60s and all that.
yes,
We feel that our time is no longer valid and that we are no longer contributors to the
exactly.
world. And you walked in with this breath of freshness, like you always do. And
Oh,
I love even how you lead your team from a loving, from a caring, from an
I
empathetic
tried.
perspective, and it shows. It
Yeah.
shows. You're not anxious. Your presence is always calming. It's felt, and what I love even more that you show in this time where Black women are devalued. In this time, we know
Yes.
that they're already the most educated group in America,
Right. That's what
and
they
when
say.
yes, and when they are targeted, and when they
Hmm.
are not, their voices not being heard, or they take the credit is given to someone else for the things, the
Yes.
initiatives that they definitely do create. Your breath of fresh air, and I knew I needed your maturity, your experience, your level-headedness, your grounding, all of those things in the organization. And
Oh,
everyone, including myself, you become a safe space for me.
oh,
And I appreciate that
oh
because
my God.
we all, and you become that. You and your
Thank
husband
you.
are this dynamic duo. And I've already
We
shared with
love
you.
this. We've been
I
together too long not to be.
know it's amazing. And it
41
speaks,
years.
wow, folks can't even go 41 days or 41 hours, let alone 41 years.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
for me, it's about celebrating you and your journey
Oh,
because I think our journeys are very similar. Although they're different, there's so many similarities, and we
yeah.
serve from a servant leader's heart.
Yes.
And
Yes.
our job is to heal the world, heal the nations, heal the
Yes.
communities.
Yes. And I know that's what you are all about. I know that is. I
Mm,
know I see you on social media and I see the things that you're involved in. And that's outside of what we do here,
sure.
and it's just amazing to see. I mean, even, when you came on, it was like, I've got my CEO.
Again, I'm just Marty. I am just, I never wanted to be the CEO. You know how some people are just untouchable
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
all of that.
You're not that. Yeah.
No, I got to eat and breathe and drive myself to work and
Right,
do all these
right.
other things. I cook for my family. I clean. I got chores, all those things. So I am just like everyone else. And
I
my
feel the same way because people are
yes,
always like, co-pastor, no, don't do that, co-pastor. And I'm like, you guys, when I go home, I am the cook, the maid, the everything.
yes,
I do it all. So when
and I
I
think
come to the church, I mean,
yes,
I'm not beyond doing some things.
exactly. But
I
that's
am
how
not
Christ
beyond
lived.
it. But
That is
I
exactly.
appreciate you being here. I really,
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here, and I'm so interested and proud of your journey because
Oh, thank
during
you.
our meetings, our leadership meetings, you often speak about how we've come so far, how we as a
Hmm.
team, as a company have grown so quickly, and that's a huge responsibility.
It
uh,
is.
Going from one site to nine, you know, with all these people that you're responsible for. But I will say that I know that God put it in the right hands.
Mm.
I know He did. I have
Wow.
no doubt about it in my mind that God
Wow.
knew what He was doing when He made you the CEO of this particular company.
Wow.
I kind of want to dig into, what motivated you to start a company like this.
Oh, wow. That's a great question. You know how you always know that God has called you to something great.
Hmm.
And I say that because I didn't start this organization until I was in my 50s. I was 50.
Really? Oh
Seriously,
wow.
I was 50. And so my thought process was, I've missed God. I've
Okay.
missed my opportunity. There's no way I could start. Oh my God, there's so many other more proficient. I had imposter syndrome so bad, so
Hey,
bad.
testify to
And
that.
and at times I find myself struggling with it. I was just talking to my therapist even on this
Hmm.
morning, and
Hmm.
I have my set o'clock, 10 o'clock Monday mornings.
I know that's right.
Woo! And if I'm just being transparent, I said I got a lot to process, and I didn't do my homework because so many things just kind of hit me on my
Yeah.
personal and all these other things. I said I just
Right.
couldn't, and it was a reminder that we just do things one day at a time, and we can only do one goal, one dream at a time, and it's okay to make mistakes. That it's
Yes.
never too late to start over,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that
Yes.
and I'm still a believer, and I stole it from Donald Lawrence. The best is still yet
Yeah.
to
Oh,
come.
that's my song.
Because you ain't seen nothing
Ain't
yet.
nothing yet. That is my song. I'm telling you, every
Yes,
time I hear that, I just go in.
right. Doesn't it do something to your
Yes, it does.
soul and
Yes, it
everything?
does.
And so as you were saying this, I always say this. I knew this was God ordained and in God's timing, because I was very angry with God for a long time,
Hmm.
because I thought I had my life path
Yeah.
directed and that I was following the plan of God. I had gone to seminary, had been a youth pastor, and
Mm.
all these other things. And so in my mind, I was set on this track. And when
Mm.
it did not occur and happen according to how I had planned it, and things, what I thought at the time was going to go that went left, and I was like, no, it was supposed to go right. Um,
Yeah.
I was angry with God for a long time, and one of the books that ground me today is this book by Bob Sorg, Sorge, called "In His Face," on the
Mm.
life of Job. And
Oh,
so I learned what I did. I did not share that with anyone, but I shared it with God,
wow.
because God already knew what I was feeling. So
Of course.
ain't no need to lie about it and complain to
Yeah.
everyone else, especially to people who could not help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said, I'm coming to you,
Yeah. The
and,
source.
yes, and I don't understand why you did this, and I don't understand it, and I just had my whole I don't understand list, and I'm angry and da 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 da,
Right.
and
All the things.
all the things. Like, this is not how I planned my life.
No,
Here go
no.
how I planned my life. You see all
Right.
those. Yes,
Right.
yes, yes. And after, it's almost like he says, "Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done?"
So we can
Uh,
get to the real deal of what I have planned for you.
yes. And then he reminded me that in Romans says, "And we know that all things work together."
All things. Yes.
All, and I said, well, I don't understand this. Oh, it's just not for meant for you to understand it now, but you
Mm.
will understand it later. And
Mm.
can I tell you, those layers keep coming in even
Yeah.
as we speak today, certain things. And so once I understood that, I then my posture, position, and even prayer changed because I then went, what God has ordained, he will also sustain.
Yes. Yes.
And so even when things get rocky and don't go exactly how I planned, I said, okay, God, you ordained it. What's your plan? Let
What's
me
your
get out the
plan?
way. Let me get out the way. Let me move and
Yes.
hear what
And
you're
that's
saying.
the best place for us, or the best way for us to do things. Even our dreams and our passions,
Yes.
all the things, is to stay in his plan, to stay on the path that he has for us. What were some like defining moments, like things
Hmm.
that you do? And let me just stop here and just say, um, Marty is the CEO of Marcel Wellness, and we are a company. We do several things. We are a foster family agency. We provide loving homes for children who are unaccompanied. And then also we have a group practice center. And then also we have a contract with Riverside County
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
parenting classes.
Hmm.
So we do various things here at Marcel Wellness, and that in and of itself, just all the three things that I said, plus all the other things that
With our
that we
domestic
do,
violence,
you
our
know,
fatherhood
all
initiative,
the stuff. Yeah, we do a lot of community activities and
yes.
things like that. So, with all of that being said, what were like some defining moments when you knew, like, okay, I mean, because sometimes we know that God gives us a dream
Mhm.
and a vision, but when did you know, like, okay, I got to make the step now. I gotta get out there and I gotta move quick.
Um, one defining moment, and I'm sure you can relate to this being a
Uh
worship
huh.
leader yourself.
Uh huh.
I knew God had called me to start something. I just didn't. I kind of knew what, and I had actually started it and kind of toying it. It was more of a hobby and not a career. And
Really?
so I was doing praise and worship at church one Sunday and there. And isn't it funny how God has a way of talking to you at the most inconvenient?
Right.
Come on and lift your hands. Why are you talking to me right now? Come on
Right.
and give him glory. Can we really have this conversation after church? And listen. and, and so I'm sure I looked absolutely crazy that Sunday leading worship because I'm trying to encourage the people and God is pouring down in me and downloading and I got it clear that I needed to quit my job the very next day
Woo.
or or quit leading praise and worship because
Oh,
I was not believing and I was a lie in what I
wow.
was conveying. I'm like, wow.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
I had no contract secure. I didn't know how I was going to get paid, or I had bills, all these things, and I'm like, okay, I'll trust you. I don't understand you, but I'll trust you. And so for me, that was a defining moment,
Yeah.
and it was not easy. And even with getting staff later on, I
Hmm.
Miss Kim, I was begging people, saying, okay, I'm starting a business. I need you to work for me. I don't know when I'm going to be able to pay you,
I
but
remember you saying that.
don't quit your day job. Please don't. But anytime you can squeeze me in at lunch, break,
Oh my
after hours, or
God.
whatever, and I promise I'm going to make good on my word and promise. And God gave me favor with
Yeah.
people. And I'm still blown away. And there are some people who are still with me to this day.
I was going to
Uh,
ask that. Are some of those people still
yes,
with Marcel? Wow, that work.
yes.
I remember in a meeting we talked about that, and there were a few people that said, yeah, that was me. I worked for free.
William Brown,
Wow.
he was an intern, and I worked him like a Hebrew with no straw. But but he's been with me almost since almost day one. and been just
Wow.
fabulous. And so I'm very, very blessed. And I say this to those who are desiring to start
Yes.
their business and everything. Your net worth determines your net worth.
Ooh.
And if we are going to be business people,
Mm-hmm.
and the objective of business is definitely to make money so that you can take care of, make a living out of what you're doing.
Yes.
For me,
Right.
profitability is so far on the back burner,
Yeah.
and if anything, profitability so that we can pour into new business ideas to bring more services to the community.
Yes.
But if we're going to be entrepreneurs and business owners, we have to learn how to treat people and
Ooh.
value people and honor people and make sure we are giving them their worth. Have I done that all the time correctly? No, I have not. I'll be the first to admit.
Yeah.
And as a leader, I have to also be willing to admit my mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think if you notice at the last meeting we had, where I just said, listen, I've made some horrible mistakes and I failed you in areas where you thought I was complicit when I really, all those things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
knowing how to show up differently and
Yeah.
admitting I make mistakes. Yes, I'm the leader, but I'm a servant leader, number one. And two, as your leader, I make lots of mistakes and
But you
I'll
know
be
what,
the
Marty?
first.
I think that is really the description of a great leader.
Hmm.
One who can, and I always call it fall on your own sword.
Hmm.
You can admit your faults, you can admit your shortcomings. But then here's the thing, we can admit these things, but if we don't change, if we don't try to do better, develop ourselves, and that's the thing I love about you. You talk about part of the journey was developing yourself as a CEO.
Yes.
How was that? What I mean, because I know right now, if somebody said, "Okay, Kimberly, you're about to be the CEO," which I'm kind of like that with our church,
Right. Right.
but
Yes.
if somebody said and I consider our company a Fortune 500, if somebody was to say, "You're going to be the CEO of this Fortune 500 company," and I would be like, okay, can I get some lessons, teacher? Or can I get something?
And
How
that's
does
why I think some of my own insecurities and imposter syndrome came in.
mm.
And so what I learned, a lot of prayer. Well, good God. But praying is the start of what we
Mm.
need. And then I just began, since God revealed to me those who can mentor me
Mm.
different areas. There's I have someone mentoring me in areas of how to be a stronger leader. Someone else mentoring me in the whole concept of what one of the ones I used to talk about was unreasonable hospitality and what that looks like.
Yes.
Someone
Yes.
mentoring me in finance because listen, I barely knew how to balance my checkbook, let alone balance a whole organization that has to deal with a few $1 million. So I'm like,
Yes.
I can't. Most of us struggle to balance $5, let
Right,
alone
right.
5 or 6 million. Uh,
Billions, yes.
I needed coaching. So I'm not afraid to ask for help anymore. I'm really not. And strategic aligning myself with those I'm seeking to be like, and not that I have to like everything about them
Yes.
or even the
Yes.
areas of their organization or what they're
Hmm.
doing personality wise, but there's a skill set that I need to learn.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's
It's
and
yeah.
yeah,
It's funny
and
because I was talking to. I have a group that I have a group of young women that
hmm
we have a Bible study. I guess it's like a mentorship Bible study,
hmm
but every other Monday. So like not this Monday, but the following Monday, we come together on Zoom. It's probably so. I started out with like maybe 10 young women. I always want to call
hmm
them girls because a lot of them
hmm
are just people I've raised.
right.
And but about 10. And so now we see anywhere from 25 to maybe
Wow,
35 women on this call every other Monday. And
that's
they're all
amazing.
millennial age, because that's my thing. I love
Hmm
that age group right there, millennials. And so they're all millennial age. And so one of the things I was sharing with them the last time, and it kind of goes with what you're saying now, that you have to align yourself. I told him, I said, you should always be in one of three positions in your life. You should be aligning yourself with people who are above you, who can bring
Mm-hmm.
you up to a certain level. You need to have the people that, you align with folks who are on the same level as you, but then you also need to have those folks that you can reach down and help pull
Yes.
up.
Yes. That you're
And you
pouring
need to
into.
exactly that you pour into. And so you need to have all three of these
Yes.
three segments in your life at
Yes.
all times, because it's going to help you grow. It's going to make sure that you stay in the place that you need to be, and that you're
Right.
always have a mindset to help other people. you know
Most definitely. You got to do that. And I'm learning to invest in me. And
mhm
so not only did I start this company late in life, what I believe, but it was actually the perfect timing in my 50s, I then didn't start my doctoral program till I was
mhm
58.
well, I haven't started mine at all, so
So exactly, and so in that I have to make sure that I am always open to learning. I'm
yeah.
always open to developing, and that program alone. So I don't know. You hear me? How I classify Marcel as now this dynamic organization. Because we are now influenced because of what we do. We're
Yes.
so community based that there's so many dynamic things that influence not necessarily our direction, but how
Mhm.
we go about to achieve that vision and those
Mm.
goals. Because we are affected by public policy. We are
Yes.
affected by the area in the Inland Empire that we live in. We're affected by specifically the communities that we serve, some of the underserved communities. We're affected
Yes.
by financial and economic empowerment. So that
Yeah.
makes us extremely dynamic because it's not just a widget and we can produce that. We're
Yeah.
changing lives. We
Changing lives.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
empowering families. We
Mhm.
are growing communities, and
Yes.
so in that we have to be flexible.
Yeah.
As a leader, I also have to be flexible and willing to bend but not break.
Yes. Yes. And that thing you tell us all the time, that we always have to be ready to pivot.
Yeah, exactly. We have to.
We have
Pivoting
to.
is necessary. If not, we'll be
Especially with this
stuck.
this work that we do.
Yes,
Policy could change at any minute, three times in one day. So
right. I commend you guys. I pull out the hair I have. Oh, well. Yes, 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 yes.
no, 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 no. Let me ask you this question. So as the company has grown, and it's
Mhm.
grown so quickly, right? Even since I've been here, I think it's tripled since I've been here. How
Right.
have you adapted your leadership style to, embrace or to meet the new challenges that come? Because with more people, more problems, more everything.
Who was that? Big more money, more problems.
Yes, yes. You know what? I want you to answer that question for me when we come back from this commercial.
That sounds amazing.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right.
This is Tammy from Tammy's Take, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
The news is divided. Ground News puts it back together, with coverage from thousands of outlets around the world in one place. So you can spot sensational reporting, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. Beside every headline, you'll see who owns the source, how reliable it is, and if they have a political bias. Multiple perspectives side by side, giving you a well-rounded view of today's biggest stories. Visit ground.news to learn more.
Hey, it's Dr. Nicole D. Vick from Dr. Victorious, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
right, so we're back with It's Just Kim Live. And let me say this, I totally forgot. My producer said to tell you all, this is not live, that it's pre-recorded. So if you don't see us answering your questions,
We're not ignoring you, right?
my bad.
I understand.
Anyway, I'm on my lunch hour, so that's why. That was the first thing I told Marty. I said, it'll be on my lunch hour, Marty. I'm not doing this on company time.
I ate my lunch during a meeting. I'm like, y'all got to forgive me. I'm hungry, and I got to eat now.
Okay. But before we left to go to a commercial,
Yes.
I was asking you, how have your leadership styles changed, since you've met, this new number, all the things that are happening, the company has grown. We've gone from, I guess we could say some borrowed staff to over 300.
And that's such a great question. I think as I look at any company as a living organization, a living organism, if you will.
Mhm.
And we as leaders, as the organization evolves, we have to evolve with the organization.
Yes.
Because now, almost 10 years later, Marcel requires a different leader from me than when we first started.
Wow.
And that evolution, like anything else, we have growing pains.
Yes.
Like a child and any other type of thing. And so as the organization evolves, and that's why I think it's so important to have those mentors, and those not only that are mentoring you, but who you are mentoring as well.
Yes.
One of the greatest way of learning is if you're having to share your knowledge to someone else who does not have that knowledge, and then it corrects you and embeds it in our brain and in our pathways, if you will, psychological pathways, so that we're reinforcing those beliefs.
Yeah.
And they become a part of who we are.
That's
And
true.
so I've had to have some hard conversations, even with myself, and ask for feedback. And all of the feedback has not always been kind.
Yeah.
And as my grandmother said, you got to sometimes chew the meat and spit out the bones.
That's true.
Yes, and take those things. And I have a list of things that I'm working on. I love, I've become this audiobook nerd, and you can't really see.
Oh, yeah. I love it too.
Behind me, all those books. That's just some of the books. I've become this book junkie, always asking questions, those type of things. And I'm not above learning. I have not arrived. And I'm always picking people's brains on, and even asking some of the staff in my coffee with the CEO type of thing.
Hey, we haven't had a coffee with the CEO.
I'm coming to y'all like in the next week. I know. I really do it a lot more so probably with our San Diego and Scripps Ranch because of the distance. And so I will be out there just to try and bring some connectivity.
That's I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I first started with Marcel, I was in a position where I had to go to various sites. And I remember it was funny because I would go there often. I would go out to San Diego, and I would go to Escondido at the time.
Yes.
And they were kind of like, "You're actually coming out here?"
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
We're curious about you, and they're sending me here to make sure everything is okay.
Yes.
Since you guys are, you have what you need, and
Yes.
that we're all, working in compliance and doing the things that we're supposed to do. So I love that about you, that you as the CEO, and I know I keep harping on that, but it's true, that you take the time to go and to the furthest, distance, the San Diego. I mean, it's when we say San Diego, we're not talking about just when you get there to cross that line into San Diego County.
Last exit.
That sign when you get off that exit says, "This is the last
U.S. stop.
United States." Yes. And the first time I saw that sign, I was like, "Oh my God."
I keep my passport with me just in case.
Yeah.
In case I miss the exit.
So that's where that site is
Yes.
located. And just the fact, Marty, that you go all the way there to visit with them, to let them know, hey, you're being thought about. We haven't forgotten you. We know you're out here doing great work, like
Hmm.
all the other sites, is doing as well. So I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for being a touchable CEO, someone that we can talk to, someone that will allow you to interview them on your show. I
Oh,
appreciate
stop.
for that. I want to kind of get into the other things that you do, the mental health Marty part of
Well,
what you
thank
do.
you.
Yes.
Yay. I appreciate that. That really derived out of one of the things I like saying is that too often, especially Black men, we secretly suffer in silence in the
Mm-hmm.
shadow of shame. And if we look at the suicide rate for those who are 17 to 22 among Black men, we
Mm-hmm.
have for the first time since these have been tracked in 2024 surpassed our white counterparts.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and so we have to talk about suicide and depression. And
Yeah.
when oftentimes when men are saying, when our young people are saying, I'm tired or those type of things,
Mhm.
we need to pay attention
Yes.
because we know that the and I even hate to say completion rate and all that because we don't say successful, but that
Yes.
men are definitely more exacting
Yes.
and
Yes.
they are making sure that it's quick and all of those things. And
Hmm.
it brings to mind I had a client many years ago when I worked in a nonprofit for a county organization, and this young man took a bus from the Inland Empire up to San Francisco and jumped off of the Golden Gate Bridge. And
Mm.
that is not when you're talking about bus now. So that was well over a 10, 11 hour
Yes.
ride.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for that. This is a trigger warning.
Hmm.
And that we need to have these conversations
Yes. Yes.
and we always talk about those things, so we cannot be afraid of having these type of conversations in our community
Yes,
because
sir.
too many are not men. We won't say anything.
Hmm.
We got to look at when behaviors change drastically,
Yes.
when
Yes. Yes.
when we lose a lot of weight or we gain all these things, when our attitudes are sharply turned and these type of things. And so I want to make this dialogue about normalizing mental health. Just because you're going through a crisis does not mean you have a diagnosis.
True. Very true.
Because you play with my money, I'm going to have a major crisis. And it might step into a
Amen.
diagnosis. That's what I'm trying to prevent. But and just saying it's okay not to be okay
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
time when unemployment rate is increasing, our money is getting smaller, but the
Yeah.
bills keep going higher.
Yes.
That can bring stress,
Yes.
depression, anxiety, worry, all of those things. And
Yes.
we need to be able to have those conversations. And so mental health, Marty, was birthed really out of that. And
Mm.
personally, I grew up in a domestic violent household
Mhm.
for over 16 years. And we were still very active in church and
Yeah.
all of
Oh.
that, but we did not know how to deal with it because later I come to find out my father was undiagnosed bipolar.
Yes.
Then that I said, oh well, no wonder when the
No
highs
wonder.
were very high, but when the lows were extremely
Very
low.
low. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we thought because mental health does not respect gender, economic wealth, success,
Mm-mm.
any of those things,
Nothing.
and we were financially stable. And
Yeah.
my father was probably should have been the first millionaire in the
Wow.
70s and 80s in our small town in Ohio. But when mental health pulls on us, we
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to deal with that. So I
Yes.
always knew I wanted to do something in mental health, but it just didn't come till later on in life because I know how I suffered and how my family suffered, but we
Yeah.
just didn't talk about it.
No, and when you don't know, I think that just by what you're saying now. I think back, I have a cousin, well, he's passed on, but I had a cousin who maybe 2 or 3 years older than me. And like my family originated in San Francisco. So,
Mm-hmm.
those of us who had moved out from there just all would every summer just converge there, be with
Mm-hmm.
grandma, hang out and eat and
Mm-hmm.
have fun with the cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my one cousin, he would just like disappear for
Mm-hmm.
hours during the
Mm-hmm.
day. And then he would come back. And when he would come back, he would get in the mirror and he would be dancing and talking to himself and all these things. And we would be sitting around laughing because we thought he was just performing for us.
Mm-hmm.
We had no idea that the boy was bipolar and schizophrenic.
Right. Right.
Had no, he was later, much later in his life, diagnosed. But
Yes.
we laughed and we joked about it, and he never made any qualms about it or anything. He would do his thing and he would go to bed. And
Right.
so that's my first encounter with mental illness and didn't even know.
Because we don't talk about it because we always thought it was a rich white person's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they went to therapy or they had
yeah,
those issues, and we just like cousin Ray Ray, they special, and those type of
exactly.
things. We just gonna pray
Right,
it away. Well,
right.
yes, I'm all for prayer as a licensed ordained
Of
minister.
course.
However, it's prayer and what's called the
And
and.
yes,
It's the and part that I believe
yes,
we've missed out. And so I want to
yes.
be the and in the prayer. I want to be the and in the community, the and
Wow.
in our families
I love
with
that.
that.
I love
So
that.
so with that, if I could just do a shameless plug for my
Please
children's
do.
books and everything. Oh my goodness.
Please do. Oh
Can I
yeah,
grab it
please.
real quick?
Please grab it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Mine are,
I should have been better
mine are,
prepared.
I love it. Because
Thank you, thank you,
I
thank
have your
you.
books, but they're at home.
That's okay. That's okay. So this is my first book called Chris is Sad,
Yes, I
and it
have
is a
that book.
children's book that is definitely dealing with divorce in our community. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
too often, we personalize things, and we don't want to do that, or the children do, and they become innocent bystanders in that. So, we
Yeah.
want to help them. So, I have a coloring book for them so the children can color.
Oh, I
And
love
as quiet as it kept, the adults like it better than a
that. Of
lot of the kids.
course.
We
Who
of course
doesn't
we
like a
have
good coloring book?
their crayons.
Their crayons.
Yes, yes, yes. And the book itself, which I wanted the
Yes.
characters to look like us,
And they
and
do.
doing that.
I
Um,
love that book, Marty. I
Thank
do.
you.
Yes.
See, the mom, she got her bob. Come on, she's and all of that. And what I try to do as well is so that the inside cover also becomes a
Yes.
poster for them as well.
Beautiful.
And so this is out on Mental Health Marty. And then in October, we're going to be releasing Raven the Great. And that one
Oh.
is about a little girl who stutters, and people make fun of her. And it was one of her teachers that says, "No, you are great. There are lots of people who stuttered or who did not speak
Yes.
early in life." And so we get to look at some of those. And
I love
then
that.
in the spring, I have Tony Builds coming out. And that is about a little girl who is in STEM, and how often our Black children, and especially our little girls, are not encouraged to go in STEM programs. And so she has on a
Mm.
lab coat and everything and tells them that
Yeah.
they are silly, stupid boys because girls are just as smart as boys.
I love it. I love this. Look at you guys. Look at my CEO. He is so talented in every way. Okay. He's such a community out person. He is a book writer for children, an author for children's books. I mean, just so many things. I really appreciate you, Marty. I love you so much.
Thank you.
Um, I wanted to ask you this because I know there are people out there who are trying to figure out what do I, when do I, all of those things. What kind of advice would you give, like an aspiring entrepreneur that's looking to start their own business? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a business like this, but just
Mhm.
in general. what would you say to that person?
Do it.
Just do it.
Because oftentimes we want to wait until everything lines up. I have the perfect right amount of money. I had a bankruptcy, divorce, just adopted my 10-year-old child, no real job, didn't know how the income was coming in. And for me, failure was not an option. I just had to learn how
Wow.
to pivot.
Yes. And that's one thing that you teach us here.
Yeah, we
And
got to pivot.
I talk to my team about it all the time. Look, okay, we did it this way, but now we're going to do it this way. And I need
Exactly.
everybody to smile while you're doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We as a people have always had to pivot.
Yeah.
We have so many entrepreneurs that we did not recognize were entrepreneurs. I
That's
sat
so
back
true.
and looked and said, wait a minute, I got 3 aunts who were domestics. They didn't have
Wow.
insurance. They were entrepreneurs.
They were
They were
entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurs.
Wow.
My grandfather and uncles, they had cleaning businesses. They
Yes.
were entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
My
Thank
father
you.
had so many businesses, a snow shoveling, a grass and lawn mowing, all that. He was an entrepreneur. So we have all these entrepreneurs. My mother sold cakes and cookies and all these things. But she's like, well, your daddy ain't getting us a vacation, so I'm going to sell all these things. That's entrepreneurship.
It is.
We have so many entrepreneurs around us till we stop thinking about it. We just
Wow.
think it's the norm. And when we think about it, we have a grit and grind that
Ooh.
other people do not have. It is
Yes.
in
Yes,
our
indeed.
DNA.
Yes, it is.
And so we changed that from being a hustle man Bob to entrepreneur.
That's
It's
right.
a shift
We
in our
got to change that. Yes, that
stop
mindset.
the stinking thinking and
That's
put us
right.
right in the right driver's seat and drive
Yes.
to our own destination. I refuse to let other people tell me if I am or will not be successful or not.
Oh
I
my God.
I am the driver of that because
Yes.
God
Yes.
already said that I'm the head and not the
And
tail.
not the tail. That's right. Above and not beneath.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I am so excited, and my lunch hour is over.
I understand. I got people at my door. I'm just going, wait a minute, hold on.
Me too. But Marty, thank you. I
Can I
can't
say
thank
this?
you enough for being here today.
Thank you.
I'm serious. You are an
Thank you.
amazing
Thank you.
person.
Thank you.
I owe you so much because you looked past my 50 something and gave me an opportunity to be great. And so I thank you for
Listen,
that.
you earned your own opportunity. I didn't give you anything. You walked through the open door and solidified your
Yes,
position, and I truly appreciate that. And thank you for all that you do. Thank you
thank you.
for being. We'll go by the title, Just Kim, but you are extraordinary
Thank
in
you.
everything that you do. And I cannot thank you and Bishop enough for the way that you all have poured
Oh,
into
yeah.
my life.
He's
And
definitely a fan.
I am better because of the both of you. And I hope your church and the church realizes how immensely valuable and a gift to the kingdom of God
Wow,
that the
thank
two of
you.
you are. And I
Thank
appreciate you.
you. Thank you, Marty. Well,
Like,
thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for joining us today on It's Just Kim. You know, this is a show about relationships. It's about
yes.
love. It's about friendships. It's about all those things. And I appreciate when you take the time out to join me. Hey, I was at work and I was with oh, okay.
I'm just Marty. It's all good.
So thank you. You all take care and you stay
God
safe.
bless.
God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.